The final leg of my Polish adventure takes me to the spectacular Malbork Castle.
Jadą goście, jadą koło mego sadu. Do mnie nie przyjadą, bo nie mam posagu. To i hola, hola, la, a to i hola, hola, la. To i hola, hola, la, to i hola, hola, la. Powiadają ludzie, że ja malowana, a ja u matuli ładnie wychowana. To i hola, hola, la.
Just arrived in the town of Malbork. We're on our way to castle.
So we see Polish king.
Wow, absolutely an incredible sight. We're in Malbork, and behind me is the town's most famous landmark, and in fact it's one of the most famous tourist attractions in Poland. It's the castle of the Teutonic Knights, and it's a 13th century fortified monastery that belonged to the Teutonic order, and the entire castle complex took several decades to complete. It was completed in 1406, and at 143,000 square meters is the largest castle in the world and the largest brick structure in Europe. And today it's also an UNESCO World Heritage Site. The castle served as an independent Teutonic state under the name Marienburg. Then in the 15th century, during the 13 Years' War, was sold by Bohemian mercenaries to King Kazimierz IV. It then served as one of several Polish royal residences and the seat of offices and institutions. And before being captured by the Swedes, it would once again come under German and Prussian rule during the partition of Poland. This right here is the Nagit River, which is an arm of the larger Vistula River, and sort of acts as a natural moat for the castle. And there's actually a small island right there.
We're crossing Nagit River on the walking bridge. It's a castle, Teutonic Knights castle. Beautiful Nagit River. Here is very much the most beautiful view of the castle from this side of the river. Coś pięknego. Brian is going through the castle. That's a gate.
I visited southern Poland, and all the castles there are gray because they're built from stone, but here in northern Poland, and in fact most of northern Europe, the castles here are built from brick. That's why they're red, because in the medieval ages, when these were built, brick was the more abundant material here, unlike in the south.
Brian, we are on the middle court in the Teutonic Order Knights castle in Malbork, the biggest castle on the world. Was built between like 13th to 14th century. It's a chapel inside in the castle. On the walls you see crests of knights with they die on the Battle of Grunwald or Tannenberg. See the crests. All walls have a crest. Beautiful room of some of the Teutonic Order Knights. A gobelin on the wall. We are now in the rooms of the Teutonic Order Knights Masters. That was a residence of the big master of Teutonic Knights in Malbork.
Pretty nice room. We have some old furnishings dating back to the 14th century, 14th, 15th century. Beautiful 14th century tapestries here.
It's a Teutonic Knights. This looks like a room for one of the knights. Here's a fireplace, that's where he make a heat and cook. Now we are in the small chapel. Here is a beautiful room. We are on the cancellery of the big masters. That's one of the old documents from the middle century. And how they baptized kids. That's a Teutonic Knights. And here is another document with big stamp.
We have some.
Teutonic Knights temples from the middle century.
These are the robes that were worn by the Teutonic Order.
The big master.
Oh, look at this one. This one. This right here is the robe of the big master.
And now we go crossing fossa for the upper castle. And now view from the fossa. The castle is huge. It's massive. Massive castle. This is a cannonball when the Polish king attacked the castle in 1410. Polish King Jagiełło. And of course they attack Polish army from the castle.
We're in the court of the upper castle.
Co? Jezu. Chodźcie tu bliżej.
That's how looks pheasant in the 14th century. It's a Teutonic Order original sword from the 14th century.
Axe heads right there.
And the knight's axes. Broadhead for the spears and arrows. That's how looks Teutonic Order knight. It's the original room, one of the knight in Malbork Castle. There's a religion fresco on the walls. That's a very beautiful room. Target and sword. How they sit and probably dining here. Elk antler. Crest. Nice when they live here. That's his bedroom. Sleep there.
Yeah, right here we have a bed where the knight slept. Looks kind of small, but
Kind of small, but This is a big conference room. It's like a senate for Teutonic Order. They sit around and they talk about future battles and taxes. It's a religious fresque. And that's a big master of Teutonic Order von Jungingen. We are on the room, I don't know what kind of room, but all here is very, very old, from the 13th and 14th century. It's holy people, fresco on the wall, kings and knights. This was probably a big cathedral church for the priests, big masters. The holy people fresco on the walls. It's like a big, big cathedral. That's a holy people. So it's all very old stuff from the 13th and 14th century. It's an eagle. It's like a knight killed elephant. Crusade. It's a Jesus. Here is a cross from the 13th century in this Malbork castle.
We have some old stairs here from the 14th century. We're going up to the tower right now.
It's very, very high. You want to see the view? We are almost there. Very narrow. Oh my God, how high we are now.
We're on top of the tower, and right below us you can see the castle court, and you can see the Nugget River, which is an arm of the Vistula River. There's an island right there.
The Malbork city. Still of Malbork, still castle, and the Nugget River. We go now back to the lower castle. We're crossing Dry Fossa. That's absolutely fantastic. It's a cannons from the Battle of Grunwald. Was one of the first cannons ever used in the battle in Europe. But both sides, the Germans and Polish, they didn't have any experience and they didn't really know how to use these armors.
Statues have no pants for some reason. This is the type of armor they use, and have a look at this. Even their horses had armor.
Yeah, in the Battle of Grunwald they used these. Hetman buławers.
Traditional dagger that they used in between 1540 and 1560.
It's a helmet from Polish Hussary. The best cavalry ever. That's a szabra. It's an original crossbow. It's a cannon guns. These big guns is a German arquebus from 15th century. Turkish helmet. And daggers, Turkish daggers. And made from Damascus steel. It looks like a Spanish sword and helmet. It's a Persian chest cover from the 15th century. This is original Persian sword.
Teraz będzie zagadka. Te hełmy nazywane są marionami.
Pistols that date from either the 19th or 20th century.
That's a horse seat for the Polish knight hussar. That's how looks original Polish knight hussar in the Polish best cavalry. They show up in Western Europe in the Battle of Vienna, 1683, September 11. The wings they used against the Turkish and Tatars, and they scary Turkish and Tatar horse. The wings was wishing, and the Tatars horse was get scared and they ran. They ran from the battle. They get a panic. Original Persian sabers from 17th centuries.
Early 1700s. that they used during the Battle of Grunwald.
Original Knights targets,
Została
Teutonic
oblana u
Knights.
nas w malborskim pisarni. Pisarnia w średniowieczu.
Original sword of
Każdy miał swoje włości, więc był czas na...
Teutonic Knights temple.
Tu mam takie małe...
Original swords from 14th century used in Battle of Grunwald. July 15, 1410.
Swords and helms that were used by the Teutonic Knights during the Battle of Grunwald.
It was like about 100,000 each side, 100,000 knights. This is axis battle, axis used in the battle in the Grunwald. The swords on a bird, European brown bear skin. It's a really big sword. It's original, it's not a replica. It's found by archaeologists in the battlefield of Grunwald. This second one is like a very heavy sword used for two hands. That's original target used by one of the Western European knights in the Battle of Grunwald. In his crest probably was a knight from England. You see the lions. And in the Battle of Grunwald, the big English lord Richard of York. This looks like English helmets. And that's original swords. That's 600 years old. And that's a big target for the big master. And this is an original target. And this is a big spear. It's a big amber. It's like about 30 million years old. We are finished in the castle and we will go out, drink and dining. Now we are having dinner.
Yeah.
Brian, he ordered big master dinner,
And then
steak, ribs.
Exploring the world's largest castle really takes a lot of energy out of you, and I ordered some steak with fries, and right here I have some żywiec, which is a local Polish beer. Potatoes made in a traditional Polish style and beautifully seasoned. That was delicious. The seasoning, those herbs. What are you eating there?
It's a pork leg. Very delicious. With horseradish and mustard.
Steak style is a little bit different than I'm used to at home, but it is actually really delicious.
A już nigdy nie przyjadę.
Na gaju siada i słucha, kto z kim gada. Tu dzień, tu noc, tu wida, tu odchod i słucha, kto z kim gada.
From the rural villages and nature reserves of Silesia to the spectacular coastlines, cities, and castles of Pomerania, I hope you enjoyed this journey through my family's homeland as much as I did. Visiting these places brought me closer and made me more proud of my Polish heritage. If anything, I hope this journey inspired you to get off the tourist path and also to discover your own ancestral homeland.
Że dziecię będą mieli. Tu noc, tu